It's based on hearsay, confidential informants that don't want to come forward for fear of retribution. Very frustrating for a prosecutor to get the evidence before the court and at least have an adjudication on the merits.
Prosecutor Calvin Barry was forced to withdraw the charge when the woman refused to show up for court.
Well, it's always frustrating because in any trial you'd like to have an adjudication on the merits, whether it's guilt or innocence in the end, and this matter basically did not go to trial because she did not testify. Really an awakening for the city when this crime happens, especially with a random type complainant, which is bump and rob was here, where they look for somebody that appears affluent, and that's what really shocked the community, and that's why we are seeking the maximum penalty under the Young Offenders Act. We've sent a message to the escort agency owners that this conduct won't be tolerated, and he's gone to jail.
Calvin Barry is a Crown Prosecutor.
They're scared. They're afraid to come forward and identify these people who were pimping them and basically having them be sex slaves.
Today, both accused pleaded guilty to all charges, but despite that, the Crown asked for a stiffer sentence, 20 years apiece.
Which would be 10 years without parole, would be a minimum penalty, and it would be the equivalent to the lower end of a second-degree murder conviction. On behalf of the Crown, we'd like to see a 20-year sentence. We filed the lengthy criminal records of the two accused, and the victim impact statements have been filed exhibits before the sentencing judge.
The Crown is asking for a stiff sentence because of the brutal nature of the crime.
It was a carjacking that had a break and enter into their home, almost an extension of a home invasion, so to speak, and that is why I've made submissions to the court today that a 20-year penitentiary term would be appropriate.
Calvin Barry is a Crown attorney in Toronto who's trying to bring these cases to trial.
This is basically a sex slave contract. You can see on certain dates here she did 8 tricks. She was with 8 different men where she had intercourse, and so that'd be $720 in one night, because she's trying to show once she's had sex with 350 men, she's paid off her contract and she's free to go. She's fulfilled the sex slave contract that brought her from Thailand into Canada, and then she finally turned over, and it's here $18,360 in about a 2-month period. We should be looking at putting some specific teeth into the criminal code with trafficking of women or trafficking of human beings in the sexual slave type of scenario.